Live from downtown Detroit, home of WDIV and Click on Detroit, Local 4 News at 6 starts now.
Police say this man traveled here from Chicago to meet a 13-year-old girl. Well, that's not who was waiting for him.
First, a traffic stop takes a violent turn, injuring a police officer. It's a reminder that police never know what will happen when they pull somebody over.
And this time, the person behind the wheel decided they weren't going to stick around and took off, dragging an Oak Park police officer behind them. But he wasn't done doing his job. Larry Spruill live to walk us through a pretty wild turn of events, Larry.
Well, Devin and Kimberly, here is what happened. Police say everything happened in this parking lot. That driver was leaving City Trends, was stealing some clothes from there. She hopped in a car and drove that way, but police were right behind her. They tried to pull her over about a mile down the road, but she was not giving up that easily. And we have the proof on camera. The time, around 4:45 Sunday afternoon. It started off as a simple traffic stop for these Oak Park officers. They got a call about two females inside this black Chevy Equinox accused of shoplifting. But when they tried to ask questions, the driver took off. Oak Park police said everything started back at this City Trend store at the intersection of 9 Mile and Coolidge. The suspect left the store after stealing. An officer followed her and pulled her over. This dashcam video shows the attempted traffic stop. The driver gave the officer her ID. He asked her to step out of the vehicle, but she was not giving up that easily. She put the vehicle in drive and took off, dragging the officer behind for about 20 feet. Police said she ran the red light and kept going and got away. And we're told that that police officer has a few scrapes and bruises right now, but we're told that he will be okay. We are live in Oak Park tonight. Larry Spruill, Local 4.
And Larry, I guess police feel like they know where the driver is now anyway.
Yeah, well, Devin, she hired an attorney. Her attorney reached out to the police and said that she will turn herself in once they produce a warrant. We're told that they are working on that as we speak. Devin?
All right, Larry.
Okay, let's check in with Ben here for the forecast. It started off a pretty nice morning.
It did, but things just keep looking a little more and more troubling for Halloween night, Ben.
There was a but in there, and yes, things are starting to change. 4 Live radar is just showing us light rain right now, but this is going to get progressively more widespread, persistent. I don't want to say it's going to be like what we saw Saturday night, but we are definitely going to see more on than off showers on Wednesday. It's just light stuff right now, with most of that being at southern tip of St. Clair County, so down around Clay Township, Fairhaven, Algonac, Harson's Island. You're getting those showers right now, but they're not going to last very long. Most of tonight's going to be cloudy and cool. Temperatures down into the 40s by midnight tonight, and then we start talking about Halloween. Just a brief snapshot, we're looking at 47 for trick-or-treating, but that's if the kids go out at all. We'll talk about the rain chances, possibility of seeing snowflakes, and wind chills, all for Halloween, all coming in a few minutes. Kim?
Okay, Ben. A Grosse Pointe community still reeling from the tragic house fire yesterday that claimed the lives of 2 young brothers. Logan and Briggs Connolly were inside their home on Fisher Street when the fire broke out. The deaths of the 2 young boys, both avid hockey players, leaving the community stunned as they rally behind the grieving family.
Especially when there's children involved. There's no other children in the family, so it's a total loss. So, yes, they will rally around them. This community just comes together whenever there's a crisis like this.
The Red Wings also taking to social media, paying tribute to the young boys with the hashtag Sticks Out for Logan and Briggs. Candlelight vigil is scheduled for tomorrow.
The NCAA voted to make a major change to its rules today. In a unanimous vote, the Board of Governors decided to allow student athletes to make money off their name and/or image while under scholarship. Business editor Rod Maloney is live at the Big House tonight with this story. Rod, this is something Michigan's Fab Five called for about 26 years ago.
Yeah, Devin, and I think they found their own workaround that probably wasn't as popular as all of that. But 26 years later, the university not talking about it. We asked them to give us a statement. They had nothing to say about it tonight, but I'm sure there are a lot of athletes, particularly at football practice going on right now, that are happy, although they probably need to be freshmen or even kids in high school whose spotlight hasn't shone on them yet, because this isn't going to happen until about 2023. NCAA President Mark Emmert knows this is a big departure many have long called for, but he says students get to choose their schools as part of the recruiting process.
structuring a model for allowing students to monetize a name, image, and likeness while maintaining some recruiting balance is one of the biggest and hardest issues that everyone's dealing with.
Ohio State University President Michael Drake, who sits on the board, also knows the world around college athletics is changing, particularly in California, where the legislature passed a law preventing athletes from losing their scholarships or getting kicked off their teams for signing endorsement deals.
So we voted today to really encourage our members now to begin the process of considering how they're going to modernize the rules of each of the divisions, 1, 2, and 3, to allow student athletes greater opportunities to monetize their name, image, and likeness. We think it's the appropriate thing to do, and we're looking forward to it.
Labor attorney Cliff Hammond here in Metro Detroit told Local 4 News on the phone today that this is really a middle ground.
The NCAA is saying we don't want you as an employee, but we are recognizing the changes. We are understanding there's a difference between just giving a scholarship and opportunity to go to college and what your value is. So we're going to treat you like other student athletes and let you go outside.
Because a lot of other students can have internships and the like, and so they want to be able to do that. In fact, that's what one Michigan law is looking to do. In the meantime, I got a statement from Michigan State University. Athletic Director Bill Beekman put out a statement saying that as this national conversation evolves, we will better understand the impact of the NCAA Board of Governors' recommendations on the welfare of our student athletes in the coming months. The principles and guidelines will be interpreted, and we'll have a better opportunity to understand the implications of today's announcement. So that's what they're saying. Essentially, they're going to wait and see what becomes of all of this. Devin, back to you.
This would affect a lot of athletes, Rod.
Yeah, well, the number they claim is 450,000, but that's between divisions 1, 2, and 3. And when you consider that they're only like, I don't know, I think they said 800 student athletes at Michigan State University, that becomes a smaller universe. And then athletes who are even known, you could probably count that on 2 hands. So this is not going to affect that many students in the end run.
Yeah. All right, Rod. Kim.
A Chicago area man is in federal custody after being caught here in our area trying to have sex with an underage girl, or so he thought. That underage girl was actually an undercover FBI agent. But as Nick Monticelli reports tonight, this started with an actual underage girl who did the right thing.
This is a story with several people in several places, ending here in Ecorse, but beginning in Brownstown Township. According to this federal complaint, a minor girl was communicating with a man, allegedly Daniel Vorberg. He allegedly told her he would drive from the Chicago area and take her virginity. The night she was going to sneak out, dogs woke up her mother, and instead, they went to the police. That's when the FBI got involved, setting up a fake account pretending to be a 13-year-old girl. It didn't take long for that conversation to turn sexual, Vorberg allegedly saying and sending incredibly explicit things, and then arranging to meet up at this park for sex, allegedly saying, "Can you sneak out at midnight? Laugh out loud. I want to go right now." Just 4 days ago, he drove all the way here, allegedly saying, "If anything does happen, say you told me that you are 18 and we didn't talk or do anything sexual." When he arrived, Vorberg was arrested a block away from the park and allegedly had a condom and a box cutter. Vorberg has a lengthy criminal history. In 2009, he was charged with child abduction and indecent exposure, but he was found not guilty. Then in 2013, again charged with indecent exposure near young children. He was sentenced to 3 years. Finally, in 2015, he was charged with indecent exposure near a daycare. That case was dismissed for a lack of evidence. With that criminal history, the mayor of Vorberg's hometown is appalled.
We have an expectation our court system needs to protect our children from predators. People who have a history of this, just walking out with a slap on the wrist, this is what happens. It escalates.
In Ecorse, Nick Monticelli, Local 4.
And after he was arrested, Vorberg was able to call his mother, and according to the complaint, was overheard telling her to, quote, wipe it clean. Vorberg has been charged with attempted enticement of a minor. He's facing 15 years in prison.
When General Motors stopped making cars and trucks because of the UAW strike, it stopped making money, and that strike bit into GM's third quarter profits, as you might expect. GM says the strike, which started just as the third quarter was ending, cost the automaker about $1 billion in smaller profits. Still, GM posted quarterly earnings, though, of $2.3 billion. GM has lowered its profit projections for the fourth quarter. It's important to note. It says all told, the strike will eventually cost the company just under $3 billion. Yep.
Royal Oak is advising residents about recent testing for lead in the city's water.
8 of 30 homes with lead service lines were found to have lead concentrations above the newest guidelines established by the state. The city says the testing results are not a health concern, but that it is important for residents to know about them. For anyone concerned about lead testing in their city, we've put information at clickondetroit.com.
Time now for a check of the national stories you'll see ahead at 6:30 on NBC Nightly News.
Let's head to Lester Holt, who's standing by in Los Angeles with a preview. Lester.
Hey, Kim and Devin, coming up, I'll take you to the front lines of the big wildfire here in L.A., the race to get it under control before powerful winds return. Plus, the medical wonder you have to see a young woman's brain surgery live stream while she is awake. It's pretty extraordinary.
It's crazy. She's awake. How is that even possible?
Well, doctors needed her awake for part of the surgery. She felt no pain. She says she wanted to take away the fear factor of brain surgery. We'll look at what happened during that surgery and how she's doing now when we see you coming up on Nightly News.
Isn't that phenomenal? Yeah, it really is. All right, back to smoky Los Angeles there, as you can see behind Lester, coming up here at 6:30.